We're pleased to have Governor Jim Pillen joining us now. Governor, literally just back from Japan, right?
Director of Agriculture Sherry Vinton and I and other folks from the state were there, and I feel good, look bad. Sherry Vinton looks good, feels good. She's top flight, so I got to get more energy. But no, I'm good. We had a great trip and privilege to represent Nebraska there.
What would you say was the highlight of the trip then?
Gal, I tell you what, we covered a lot of ground. The highlight of the trip was, I was before 7-8 different governors across the country. And then I had met with the ambassador of Japan in D.C. last week before we came. So we had really, really important. And then I met with Ambassador Glass, and we were before the Midwest States and Japanese Association, and then also in ethanol. So the highlights would be being able to sell Nebraska's story with the governors and how important what we can bring to the party between beef, pork. We're doing around $600 million between beef and pork. And then now that country is looking very seriously at 10% ethanol.
Yeah.
We tried to make them understand how extraordinary Nebraska is in our carbon score. And then lastly, we were with meeting with some folks at Japanese companies that are ownership that are here in Nebraska. I had breakfast yesterday morning with the leadership at Kawasaki. So working hard, building relationships and partnerships to make sure they know we are the place to do business. We need to do business with them, and we're inviting. The highlight would be to say that $550 billion deal. We're saying, hey, there's extraordinary opportunities for investments in Nebraska.
You talked about pork. Our pork exports to Japan have really grown.
Yeah.
California's have dropped. How have we been able to gain ground there?
Well, it's really, really simple when you look at. You can talk about any subject with California. Nebraska's going to knock them off their feet. And knock them out, quite honestly, and that'd be the answer with pork in Nebraska versus in California. There's no chance. So it's all about value. It's all about quality, and Japan knows where we're at. We do $400 million in beef. The retail, they love Nebraska beef. We are the Sizzlers and had Nebraska beef from Greater Omaha Packing. They love Nebraska pork, so those are a lot of fun. Keep building on the relationships. We need to do business, as I say all the time, with who we know and who we trust. And to everybody, it's really important we understand who our foreign adversaries are, and that was part of the discussions.
Sure.
China is a foreign adversary. Let's quit doing business with them, and let's do more business between Japan and the United States, state of Nebraska. It's a big deal.
I think you had dinner, was it Nippon Foods, the Nippon Ham folks?
Yes.
And they buy from, is that Tyson, a Tyson plant in Nebraska?
Yeah, so we met with Nippon first night when we got there. Really, really good folks. In my previous life with, we've known the Nippon because they do a lot of business at Tyson. They are getting all of the pork via Tyson to Nippon from the Madison, Nebraska plant. A lot of great producers that we've known each other our whole lives are delivering the products. Pretty cool story, and they love what they're getting.
You mentioned beef. We sent a lot of beef there. We're in a situation though, beef prices are sky high. Yeah. I think the value of the yen is a little weaker. Just some of those dynamics, could that make it challenging to ship some beef there right now?
Well, the good news would be that there's a lot of folks within Japan. Tokyo's 40 million people, 120 in Japan. Japan's an affluent country, so the Japanese consumer has worked hard. The Japanese consumer has excess cash flow. Numbers are such, but there's still great beef numbers moving. So I think that currencies and so forth can have a play, but the play for Nebraska beef, because of its quality, nobody else has quality. We'll continue to be moving a lot of beef to Japan.
You talked about ethanol. I think you said we've got the lowest carbon ethanol.
Yeah.
So we're not just positioning it as we just got run-of-the-mill ethanol. We got the best ethanol.
Yeah, we've got the best ethanol, what's most important. And, I told all the Japanese governors and everybody that I had a chance to in Japan, look, we need to work together and understand who our foreign adversaries are. We need to do business with each other. And I said, now, Brazil's not a foreign adversary, but let's get real. If you consider buying ethanol from Brazil for a nickel cheaper, let's forget those kinds of nonsense, because when there's a real problem with one of the foreign adversaries, do you think Brazil's going to be at the table? The answer is no way. So let's work together. Let's do business together. We're encouraging, and we'll work really, really hard on some more Japanese investments. The $550 billion deal that the president has structured, I've said, look, just call it the way it is. We have really large projects coming down the pipeline, I believe, in Nebraska, and this should get 10% of it. Don't fall out of your chair, Steve. That's $55 billion. We got to think big. We got to quit being so humble in Nebraska. Let's think big. We feed the world and save the planet, and that's a big piece of it.
Again, that's Governor Jim Pillen, just back from Japan, joining us at Husker Harvest Days. I'm Steve White on the Rural Radio Network.